Hey, I hope you are doing very, very, very well. Today, we have a doozy of a project. We're going to unbox a pottery wheel, and then I'm going to do something that I haven't done in years and years and years and years. Not really gonna say how many years, a lot of years. I'm gonna try to throw something on the pottery wheel. Disclaimer, it's been a whole bunch of years, but I think it'll be like riding a bike. So I was given this by a company and I get asked to do collaborations very often. Normally they have nothing to do with the channel and I'm like, no, that wouldn't fit at all. But this, I took a lot of pottery classes in college, loved it. It was very relaxing. So I was like, this would make a good video. So I'm excited to try it. There's good reviews. I'll put the Amazon link in the description and we'll look at it. Oh, here's a picture. It looks really nice. I think it'll be great. I mean, I've been wanting to do this. I was tempted by buying one before, but they're always just like, look so little and like it wouldn't be powerful enough. But this one seems like it would have a good size motor and be strong, and it has good reviews. So we are going to play with it. And the review and everything is just of this machine. I did buy air dry terracotta because we're going to try to make a pot or something. Whatever the clay wants to be is what we will help it to become. But it says no knife, so I'm going to use a knife. I'm going to be really careful. I don't know how I'm going to open it. I don't know how I would open it. I'm going to use a knife. We'll be super careful. There we go. We're fine. This might be the biggest unboxing I've ever done. Oh my goodness. Oh good. It has, oh my god. It has a user manual. Yeah, this is all pretty self-explanatory. And you put the clay on it and it turns. It's by Vevor. Vevor? V-E-V-O-R. Ooh, this looks really nice. Maybe I'll start, I don't know, maybe if you guys like this video, I can start making pottery sometime. We can go all ghost on it and be like, that was a reference to the movie Ghost, which has a pottery scene in it. Okay. These are cool. That is awesome. I'm going to hug it. Oh my god, it's heavy. This thing is going to be, this is definitely going to be strong though. Oh my god. It's well wrapped. Woo. Okay. Looks like college. Okay. This is like really, this is nicer than I deserve to have. Boy. Okay. It even has leveling feet. It has reservoirs. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this off and show you because that's actually really cool. Reservoirs for like when you're working and you like want to wipe the slip off your hands. Slip is the really loose, like gloopy clay that gets on your hands as you're running your hands over the thing. Okay, so this is a really nice metal wheel, which is like a tuning fork. It's making low-key sounds. Okay. Now we're gonna put this back on here. Oh, okay. It really locks into place so it doesn't leak. That's good. You locked into place? Yeah, you are. Okay. Man, this is too cool because I've had to use, in college we had to use like, some of the wheels weren't electric and you had to like kick this thing underneath that was like basically Flintstoning it. It is turned off. Here. There we go. And then we have, as you can see, this pedal right here. Off, forward, off, and reverse. I can handle that. Open, close. Okay, what is this? Oh, it has a trip button. That's very safe. As an emergency switch. Oh, okay. This is on. This is an emergency switch. We're not gonna want to go to reverse. We're gonna want to go forward. You see, the first one says forward, off, and then reverse. Guess we won't leave it on off right now until I plug it in. And then it has this, which you can use either the like slot machine style handle or put your foot on it. That is really freaking cool. Okay. I'm gonna do it like this, and then a bowl of water, an apron, and clay. Let's see you're just sitting up this much more stuff. Okay. Yes, yes, this is what we're gonna do. All right. I'm not going to get clay on the leather, even though leather would be fine. Still. Okay, and I'm gonna center it, and I'm probably going to have to edit this video a lot because even though this is a perfect piece of machinery, throwing on the wheel is difficult, and I'm going to have to remember how to do it. Will you reach? No. Extension cord. that loud. That's exciting. All right, let's just do it. Okay. Okay, so like I said, it's been a while. What is this? Did I even get an apron? I brought an apron. It'd be nice when I use my cooking apron. Ah, yes. So pottery ready. Okay. Let's put my hair up. Because long hair, pottery wheel, don't mix. What do we have here? Shaping tools. Yes. And we have this for cutting it off. These are like all the basic tools you need. This is awesome. And at the end, we get done. Because I've been wanting to do pottery again. It's just, I didn't want to buy a kiln. And I wasn't aware there was so many kinds of air dry clay. So this is awesome. Okay. So at the end, do this, and what is this called? A garrote? I don't remember. Kill it. This, too smooth. Oh, and these areas can also, you can put your tools in them. Oh, the pointy tool for if once it dries a little bit, if I want to scrape my name or initials into it. Also to cut off the lip if it gets wonky, which absolutely could happen. Little shaper. This is nice when it's actively turning. Another pointy wooden tool. I like using wooden tools whenever with the clay because it just feels nice to work with clay and wood. This metal flat thing to smooth. Also the sponge to smooth. And then this is really good if you are trimming the bottom. You wait till you throw it and you cut it off, and then you wait a day or two for it to dry, and then have the base up, and then you can scratch in like a little foot. So need the clay, which, like I said, this clay is not from this company, but we're gonna see how this works, because I've actually never used air dry clay before. I've only used like the real clay that has to be in the kiln, and also in college we had to make our own clay with different amounts of silt and sand and ash, and that was always a lot of work. So what size of let's use, oh, it smells good. It smells like earth. All right, so we're going to knead this clay, because how it is right now, it is not ready. It needs some loving and a little bit more moisture, which would probably be bad form for me to knead it on a piece of cardboard. Make do with what you have. That's not a good idea to do that right. Okay. We're gonna aim you down so you can actually see me knead it. Put my knees on this. Bring the water over here. We just want to make sure it's like a little bit more pliable and not just so much the dry block it came in. And this in no way is an instructional video because, like I said, it's been a very long time and I'm sure I'm already fucking up stuff, messing up stuff. Oh yeah, okay, cardboard wasn't the right choice because little fibers are coming off. So we're gonna use this piece of plastic. Improvise. It's getting better. Well, that's really cool if I could make pottery again and the only real piece of equipment I need is this and I'll have to get a kiln if I can just do it with the air dry clay. That'd be really nice. Trying to fold it and stuff to get the least amount of air bubbles possible, but I guess it matters a lot less with air dry clay if you get an air bubble. I mean, you still don't want it, but the reason you really don't want air bubbles in clay that you have to do in the kiln is because if there's an air pocket in the clay and you fire it crazy hot, it will explode. And you don't really want what you spent so much time making to explode. So, but with this, it's not gonna explode. Hopefully it'll just be air drying on the windowsill and explode. Okay. We're gonna kind of shape this bad boy into a lump. Bend it to our will. I wonder why I liked pottery classes so much. And one of the most important, actually the most important thing about working with clay on the wheel is getting it centered to begin with. Because if you don't get it in the dead center and then it spins, it just goes crazy, and it is not the wheel's fault, it is mine. So practice makes perfect, but we're gonna try. And one of the best ways to make it centered is, well, first thing we need to flop it, plop it down on there and hope that it sticks really well. Nothing better than wearing a brown t-shirt, a white t-shirt when you're working with brown clay, right? Okay. Yeah, we still got the spinnies. Yep, you still on. Okay, so before we spin, this is the hardest part, it really is. Oh man. It's been more than 10 years since I've done this. Okay, so we want it dead center. Let's do it. Okay, so I always kind of like would smack it down around. Whoa, that is very metal. Okay. Now we want our hands to be wet so that it runs over our blob very well. And I actually want it to go in reverse because I'm left-handed. Yep, that's what. Oh my gosh. Oh man, it's been so long. I know it needs to go faster. I'm trying to talk it into being centered. Let's let you go a little bit faster. Gosh, this is so much better than using one of the kick ones at school. So this, like, buildup I'm getting on my hands, that is slip. For the first little while, you want to get it wet, but not too wet. If it seems like it's getting too wet, you take your sponge and you let the wheel do the work and suck up the water. Okay. This is so crazy that I'm just doing this in my family room because I've done this in forever. Okay, so the whole thing I'm doing right now is trying to get it centered, which means if I look straight down at it in the turning point, none of the sides will be doing exactly what it's doing right now and kind of like wobbling. I want it to be where I look down, it is exactly symmetrical in the same distance from the center all the way around. Make it go a little bit faster. Okay, so I want to bring it up some. Tell how powerful it is. It's perfect. Okay. Yeah, and this is the part in Ghost where the ghost would come up behind me and be like leading my arms around, my hands around. Yeah, normally in like ceramics classes you have like buckets of slip. But slip's actually useful because you can make slip molds. Like if you can have a plaster mold of something, you can take slip and pour it into the mold and then drain out the excess and let it set, let it dry, and then when you open the mold it'll be a thin like shell of clay. So if I remember properly, the next thing you do is find the center, which is the point where you put your finger on the clay and it doesn't move because it's the center. And then you can kind of, you rest your hand here and kind of take your finger and slowly push down, make a bump that is not in the center. You don't want to get too much water in there, and if you do, you can get it out with the sponge. But right now, I'm just making a hole down to the bottom, how thick I want it to be. I'm not really thinking that much about what this end product is going to look like, or like what functionality I want it to have. I just want to be able to make some form of vessel, and that would make me so happy. But if you're working and you can feel that it's pulling a little bit, then you just get more water, because you don't want friction. That really was muscle memory. Yeah, you take like this, you pull in towards yourself, and as it turns and glides, it will slowly make the wall of the vessel thinner. And you want to slowly pull up. Yeah, it's been an extremely long time since I've done that. So we're just gonna try to take it kind of slow, but not so slow that this video ends up being 3 hours long, which it absolutely could, because most of my pottery classes were 7 hours long, and it still never seemed like enough time. I'm going to leave the base on this, the bottom of it, kind of thick on the bottom, because once it has a little bit of time to dry, I'm going to reattach it upside down so it's butt up spinning. I'll do that by getting 3 or 4 pieces of fresh clay and kind of tacking it down really well. So then it'll spin, and I can kind of cut a little divot around the bottom as it's spinning and give it a little foot, so it's not just flat on whatever surface I end up putting it on. And the top's getting a little wonky, but that's okay. We can always take one of the cutting tools and make it even again. If you really know what you're doing, that won't happen. But like I said, I don't. It's getting a little dry on the inside. Kind of trim it a little bit. It was getting a little on the bottom. I don't want it to do that. You gotta let the spinning work for you. Work with it, not against it. And it'll turn out better. Because if you fight against the turning, you will lose. And then your thing will get off balance and go, whoa, go off. In my 20s, I spent a lot of time doing exactly this. Hey, so that just kind of cut off. So what we did, to recap, because it's actually not that bad, the video stopped on its own because it was like another 20 minutes of me making the same pot. Which, okay, so I made it. Oh, you can see a fingerprint. Let me explain to you what I did. It was on the wheel. I took the pointy tool while it was spinning and cut the lip to cheat. So, because I wanted it to be nice and flat and it was getting a little wonky. Here's the wonky lip. And then I took the pointy tool and cut in a little bit and then took that scrap part off. And then we took the garrote. Isn't this called a garrote? I am just pulling that out of nowhere. Like, we're gonna do some really hardcore flossing because this is metal. And thumbs push down. Hold it all the way against, as far as flat. And then just gently picked it up and put it on this so it can air dry. But I think I'm gonna use it as a plant pot. I really like it. We'll see how, I think the air dry clay worked really well, so that's awesome. And we still have half the brick, so we can make something else. So let me know if you like these clay videos, because they are fun, and I would absolutely make more. Make a mug or something. Just have to find a food safe, like not glaze, because I'm not going to be firing it, but like air dry clear glaze that would be food safe. But anyway, I love this. I'm going to clean it up and save it, and I'll put the link for it into the description. It's not a sponsored video. It was like because I think that's when they actually pay me to do it. It was like just a gift. And they asked me to make an unboxing and tell my impressions. My impression is that I completely love it, and I'm so happy that I got it. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for experiencing yet another craft with me. I do love them. And we'll have to find a cute, happy little aloe plant to go in my little pot. Bye.